And we are live. We were at 68 a week ago. Well, 66 technically. A week
Hmm.
ago, we will be down to four by the end of the weekend. Time flies when you're having fun. This is 94 Feet of Life basketball for the people, by the people. Subscribe to the YouTube, notifications on, like, comment, subscribe. The Facebook group 94 Feet of Life, which we just figured out where to find requests to join the group. I just figured this out last week, so apologies. So, yes, join the group. We will definitely add you, get you into the conversation.
Hmm.
Before we get to the proceedings, we're gonna start off with the men's. We're gonna do about 20 minutes on the men's, about 10 to 15 minutes on the women. Our homie Coach Les is gonna join us for the 105 hoops draft hit. Ham, as always, we gotta start with you. Plug what needs to be plugged.
Sports 56, 98.5 FM, Memphis, Tennessee. I work on the happy hour, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I produce. I kind of do a little co-hosting, a little bit of some of everything. I got a few roles on that joint. And occasionally, I like to bring my brothers on. This past Monday, we had Big Shot Run on. He joined us for. We didn't get to get Big Shot Run like the way we wanted to get Big Shot Run, but we got Big Shot Run in a real dope way, and it was cool. We're gonna have him back real soon. This Monday, we got my other brother coming through, Trav. And when Trav comes through, he'll pretty much complete the whole circle for the whole squad. That 94 Feet of Life has joined us on the happy hour on Sports 56, 98.5 FM with my man Johnny Radio, myself, and sometimes Darian Newsom when he ain't got other shit to do. It's just work, man.
Brad, what's going on with you?
Man, everything good, man. Just looking at my brackets and they still intact. They still intact.
I haven't even looked at where I'm in our bracket challenge, which
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
oh that's I ain't never getting out seventh place on that. So I'm not worried about
Currently, Coach Les is
that.
leading our bracket challenge. He's
Yes,
currently
he
leading.
he got like 50 some wins, man.
Yeah, Coach Les is first. I am tied for second with our boy Quentin Adams, Big Q, representing Baltimore and slash Atlanta. But yeah, Coach Les got a little lead on us right now,
Shout out to Mo Schefter being in the top five.
which is why that shows you there's no science to the bracket. That Mo Schefter, who is a casual basketball fan, that's not even me throwing shots, but he is fifth.
Yeah.
Now, I am number two, and I trail by 1 point in the Sports 56 bracket pool. 1 point behind my man Johnny Radio. I said, I
Yeah.
got you, dog. I'm coming to get that. I don't know what the cash prize is, but I'm going to get it.
Well, fellas, let's start with the men. And I think the theme of this has been, and I said next year when I do my brackets, I'm gonna do chalk the whole bracket. I'm gonna just chalk it up, all bracket. I ain't doing upsets next year. Of course, there may be some, but I ain't doing it. The lowest remaining seed is 9 seed Iowa. Is the lowest remaining seed, and
No,
then
Texas.
Texas. I'm
Texas
sorry, Texas at 11, Iowa at 9, and then you got to go to Tennessee at 6.
6.
This has been heavyweights. This is heavyweight only. And let's start in the East region. This is the blue blood region. Duke versus St. John's. And then Michigan State versus UConn. Honestly, that's a Final Four quality region. Like if you said these were the four teams in the Final Four, you wouldn't be shocked.
Mhm.
So Trav Ham, talk to me. East region.
You know, the wild part about this region is that all the coaches got championships except the coach that's got the 1 seed, and the coach that's got the 1 seed only been doing this thing for 4 years.
And it
And
won like 70 games in the last 2 years.
he's already been to a Final Four. Now, his opponent this Friday night is the flavor of the month on a lot of people's brackets, and for good reason. Also, at the same time, I understand that too, but on all my brackets, I went against that flavor of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I knew that if Patrick Gong was going to return to the lineup, that makes that whole Duke thing shake a little bit different, especially up front. Now, as I expected, they were going to mention that it was an outside shot that Caleb Foster could play. It won't be Friday night, though.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't be Sunday, even if they were to advance to Friday night. It probably will be next weekend, if it were to happen. But the freshman's been doing his thing. Now, this St. John's team, they like to make it muddy, and they going to check up and play a lot of good defense, and they can get in a rock fight with you. But I'm not really worried about it with this Duke team based off of how they handled the Michigan team that's generally might be the best team remaining.
Yeah.
And the physicality and all of that, they handled that. They out-rebounded Michigan. And Michigan wasn't making shots. If that game was St. John's, if St. John's is not making shots, you got a shot.
You struggle.
A really great shot. They're underseeded, in my opinion, at 5. But with that one, I'm going to stick with my chalk. But I wouldn't be surprised if it go the other way.
The matchup in that one, and then Trav, we're going to go to you on Michigan State, UConn. Zuby Ejiofor versus Cameron Boozer.
Right.
This is just two bulls in a china shop.
Yeah.
This is just physical on physical.
Player of the year against player of the year.
The veteran, Ejiofor, who's been there, done that. Cameron Boozer, who, there's going to be a lot of talk. Coach Les is going to give us the draft drop. A kid who just wins games, who just has won games since 7th grade. And that is, yeah. Trav, Michigan State, UConn.
It's gonna be what Jim Ross said. This gonna be a slobber knock.
Yeah, physical.
This gonna be a real physical slobber knock right here. UConn, if UConn can shoot the ball, they have a shot. But if Michigan State can control the pace with the physicality, they have a shot, because I think it's in this game, the most important person on this team is the PGs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the PGs. Fears is a very, very good floor general for their team. He gives Michigan State a chance to win the game. He can slow the pace up. He can speed up the pace. When he at half court, they know how to run their stuff without doing live turnovers, which UConn thrives on. So, again, it's going to be a slobber knocker. And Big Shot, I'm going to tell you, your nephew for UConn, don't let him get hot. Don't let him get hot.
Yeah, my nephew's friend, Braylon. My nephew's friend.
Don't let him get hot, because when he does, that's when the game stretches out. It can get out of control. On my predicted bracket, I actually got UConn winning, but I would not be surprised if Michigan State wins this game, because they control the pace and the physicality of it.
This bracket, if any of the 4 teams that come out of this bracket wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, and with what Jay Ham started with earlier, talk about the three of the 4 coaches got championship rings. I beg to differ, because all 4 of them got rings. It's just one got it as a player.
Yeah, right.
So he knows what it takes.
And his role, he had that, he was a point guard. He was quarterbacking everything. So yeah.
So he knows him and Nolan Smith, right?
And he was the associate head coach for another one.
For 2015.
So he knows how to take that walk, man. But yeah, I'm with you, Big Shot. It won't. If St. John's and Michigan State in there, won't surprise me. If Duke and Michigan State in there, won't surprise me.
Next round.
If St. John's and UConn there, will not surprise me. But my bracket says
It's like the
Duke and UConn.
It means something, but it don't no more.
Yeah, this region, it doesn't matter. It really
No.
doesn't. I think any of those teams are worthy. My bracket got you. You know what? One bracket got Duke, one bracket got UConn, and because the way things work these days, it'll probably be Michigan State winning.
Izzo so with it, man. He's so with it, dog. It don't make no sense. He just like y'all like how Cameron is a winner. Cameron Booth is a winner. Izzo is a winner.
Yeah.
He just know how to get it done at the right time.
Now, in the South region, this is probably the one that has the most shakeup with Florida losing in the round of 32. We got Iowa, Nebraska in the Jimmy Chitwood Invitational. Shout out Jimmy Chitwood. Shout out Ricky Rowe. Shout out Billy. Shout out Billy Hoyle. This is for you.
The farmersonly.com challenge right here.
Farmers only.
I want to get 30,000 in cash in one of the black bags that you got over there.
And then you got Illinois Houston in the other matchup. I think the Illinois Houston winner wins the region. But when you look at Iowa and Nebraska, I think this is going to come down to this is shooting on shooting. This is going to be whoever has the hotter shooting night. And I know that sounds super basic, but when you have two teams that shoot the ball the way they do, this is kind of what it comes down to.
And this is beat number 3. They split the first 2.
Yeah.
So it's good coaches, you know what I'm saying, maximizing all of what they got.
Now, the difference between Iowa and Nebraska, though, is going to be pace. And I think that's going to decide it. Iowa want to slow the game down. Iowa, despite the way they shoot it, they don't want to play the game 80 and up. They want to play that thing 75 and down. Nebraska is very comfortable. They want to play 85 points and up. They want to get it up and down the floor.
Shout out to the Big Ten having at least 6 or 7 teams in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
But you know what? They kind of got a little Shooter McGavin in them right now.
Shooter McGavin.
They're the best conference. It's no question they're the best conference. They pretty much been, you know, for the last 4 or 5 years, they've been up there at the top like that. But they ain't won a national championship in over 25 years as a conference. Michigan State.
Michigan, I was about to say, is that 99?
The Flintstones.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the last 15 representative to win it all.
Yeah.
They got to just steal, you know, if that's the case. And they got a good lead candidate from Ann Arbor.
Now, Illinois Houston, I think, is going to be this. One, Houston, you are in Houston. The question is going to be for Houston, and I've said this all year about Houston. If they can't keep the score down versus Illinois, if they can't keep it 70 points and lower, does Houston have enough offense after Kingston Flemings if that game gets into the 70s and higher? This is a game where an Emmanuel Sharp has to come up big. This is a game where Milos Uzan has to come up big. Because the one thing about Illinois shoots a ton of threes. They got the kid Wagler. They got bigs that can pull you out into the deep end. They can stretch you out. Houston has got Houston's going to have to make this a rock fight, or they're going to need 2 other scores to be Illinois. And it's got to be, and to me, it's Uzan and Sharp. Coach Les joining us. Coach Les, we're gonna drop you right in here. in the South region? Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Houston. Give us thoughts on whichever one you got.
Uh, I like Iowa. I like Iowa against Nebraska. I just think I'm a Ben McCullum believer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Ben McCullum believer. Also, not that fond of Nebraska.
We will leave it right there.
And then, oh man, Houston, Illinois, man. My bracket says Houston. You know, I got affiliations on both places. So that always makes it a little tough this time of year. I just think Houston is on I just think they are on uh a, a path of, of getting back. I know they felt the way, losing last year. And then
Mm-hmm.
you bring in the three dynamic freshmen and to couple them with the veterans. I've always looked at this team. I always looked at Houston with this team assembled as 2012 Kentucky. That's how I view them. I look at them as they can be 2012 Kentucky just because, they had those guys that went to the Final Four the year before, that had the heartbreak, and
Mm-hmm.
then they brought in some young talent. And that's what I compare it to. I just think Houston is a team with destiny. I think the fact that they got put in the Houston region, I just I just I
Yeah.
just think that's, they've been battle tested, and these freshmen have grown up really fast.
Yeah, I got Houston winning. So I got Houston and Nebraska playing in the regional final and Houston winning it. I think sometimes it's just your time. And I think Houston has sort of been building to this for like 3, 4 years, and now they're
Yeah.
ready. Let's go over now to the other side of the bracket. We can go to the West. And let's start with, to me, if you like guard play, I know my man Coach Les is a guard play connoisseur.
Ooh.
If you like guard play, Arizona, Arkansas is for you. Burries and Bradley versus Acuff and Thomas. And then you have the other complementary pieces around. I think this potentially could be the best game of this weekend.
Ooh.
Trav, Arizona, Arkansas.
Is Darius Acuff the best player on the floor? Yes, he is. But is he on the best team that's on the floor? I don't think so at this time. I do not think so. Arizona got some. They can be tough when they want to. They can be finesse if they want to. That's just what I done seen from them, man. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough game, especially with their point guard that Arizona has too. It's gonna be a tough game. But I still got Arkansas. For some odd reason, I still got Arkansas because I think it's the one person that can make this game flip sideways with his energy and his motor. It's Billy Richmond Jr. Man. I mean Billy Richmond the third.
Mm-hmm.
It's him. To me, you you need that complimentary guy. The guy that's he's just gonna go and get it no matter what. He's one of them guys that can do that, man, for Arkansas. I don't see that. I don't see that guy for Arizona. And that's one of those missing pieces that I think that can put Arkansas over top on this. I mean, man, hey, get your popcorn ready for this game.
Yeah. I think that they're not talked about as much. The two guys for Arkansas who I think have to. They don't have to. It don't have to be necessarily big points, big rebound, but they're gonna have to hold their own because Arizona is a really tough physical front court, and that's gonna be. And the two guys is Brazil and Ewing. They got number one. They both got to stay out of foul trouble.
Ooh.
Both of them. But they're going to have to hold their own on the backboard against Arizona, who is one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country. They got four guys who are about 6'8" and up, strong, tough guys. Even in Brazil are going to have to really hold up physically against the Arizona front line. The other matchup, Texas-Purdue. In Texas, they've won 2 games. They beat Gonzaga. I don't get it. I don't get it.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and this might be it's just, I think this might be it's not gonna be the most, it's gonna be the most boring game we see all weekend. I, as a fan of the game, I don't want to see this game, but I'm going to watch.
Matter of fact, let me look and see what time it is. I'm gonna find. Oh, so that's tomorrow night. The first good. We get that out the way early.
Yeah, I can watch another game. I'm pretty sure. I think that. Yeah, I think that I might even think. Let me check as well.
It's the first game. It's the first game on Thursday, so we get it out the way.
It's perfect. You know what? The Pelicans play at 6 Central Time tomorrow, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So I don't have to subject myself to watching them play each other. I'm just not enthused about this game. The only player that I really am looking forward to watching in the game is Dalen Swain. He's Mr. Everything for Texas, and transferred over from Xavier with Sean Miller. I'm excited to see him, but other than that, I really have no thoughts. I don't even care if this game ruins my bracket. I'm not impressed.
Yeah,
with this
man.
game.
Unless Big Dog and Kevin Durant got eligibility left, we ain't really interested.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
whoever wins Arizona, Arkansas, give me them on Saturday too.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Midwest, 2 kind of quirky matchups. So you got Tennessee, Iowa State. First of all, Tennessee got the best defensive line in college basketball.
Yeah.
I don't know where Rick Barnes finds these dudes, but it's all of them. It's 6'6", 260. It's 6'9", 255. They carnivores. Everybody on Tennessee's front line eats steak with a side of turkey leg. Going against Iowa State, who now, let me ask you this, Coach Lesnar. You kind of scout this thing a little deeper than I do. Iowa State to me has not been a great defensive team all year.
Which is shocking.
Yet last week against Kentucky, they went through a stretch where Kentucky was barely getting the ball across half court.
Smothering.
Can a team, and you coached at the highest level, you coached at high levels, can teams do that? Just become this wrecking ball defense when it's not been your thing all year?
No, you are who you are. You are who you are. And the whole Kentucky thing, just be honest. And I hate to sound like this, and I really do, because you guys know.
Yeah, we know.
I just don't think this Kentucky team was, and when they dealt with the injuries, Jalen Lowe, Jaden Quintus, the losing streak, like I don't even know they got lucky the game before. I mean, I just they didn't want. I don't think they were supposed to be there, and I just think when they felt they couldn't come back, I just think they didn't want to be there
They
anymore.
quit. Seemed like they
Mm.
just stopped.
I hate this, and I don't want to say that word. I'd rather say they probably just didn't want to, you know, play anymore.
There you go. They
I
didn't want to
just
play no
I
more.
just I just think it was just too much to overcome. I just think they probably ran out of gas. It was probably a mentally draining year, especially when you hearing that's a $22 million roster. That's a $22 million roster. Like at the end of the day, you can pay these kids whatever you want to pay them. They're still kids
So
at
Iowa
the
State. So
end
what
of the
you're telling
day.
us is Iowa State defense is that's not the defense. That's
No, I don't expect to see it that
okay.
way. And it's crazy. And the thing about it, it's crazy to see an Iowa State team this good and not guarding up to their, what it's usually been for them. So that's shocking. That's shocking to see.
And then you got the other matchup. Ham joining us back. First to 90 wins. Michigan versus Alabama. Whoever gets the 91st wins. And we
Hey,
see.
hey, man. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm a weed guy, man. I ran with cats like Aiden Holloway, man. Free Aiden Holloway. The Cubs need to play this week. I'm just saying. But
Keep
now
his, keep
that
his
that that'll be a great challenge for Michigan. It'll be fun. Michigan got the ingredients, though, man. They got the pantry full of ingredients to go cut the nets down on Monday night, April 6th. Just that simple, but it's gonna be fun. I know my man LeBaron Fallon gonna go for about 35. He gonna put in his work, do his
Yeah, he
thing.
hooped.
They shoot the ball, anything like they did late Sunday night. It's gonna be
I
a
think
problem.
if you're Alabama, your hope to win this game is can you play Mara off the floor? Can you just say we just gonna put him in enough pick and rolls and whatever action that he has to get off the floor? I think if they can't play Mara off the floor and Michigan can play Yaxel, Marez Johnson, and Mara together, and it doesn't hurt them, Michigan probably wins by about 15. If they can get Mara off the floor, and they can even maybe get Marez Johnson off the floor and make it a track meet and get them to play down to their size, they got a shot. But if they
Long as they
can't,
control the pace of their track meet.
yeah, it has to be a track meet. If Alabama, you have to run it, make or miss, get it out the net and go. Get it off the inbound, go. Uh, so
It's one of these big shot. That's one of them games. Like I always say, who can get in their stuff and stay in their stuff consistently. That's one of them games. Because if Michigan can stay with their starting five a long time, Alabama will have an issue because they're just not they ain't big enough. They ain't strong enough.
no,
But if Bama can get this thing flowing and can get it to where the mismatches come, to where one of them bigs are on feeling and an old boy, yeah, it can be issues.
you got to treat it similarly to like how teams in the playoffs in the NBA have gotten Rudy Gobert off the floor. That's what you're doing if you Alabama. You want to get Mara off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Get Marez Johnson off the floor. I like so in this region though. I'm with Ham. I think Michigan has had too much from except for the Duke game. Michigan's had too much for just about everybody.
You know, only somebody that beat them, they got beat in the first round. That was Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
Wisconsin.
Somebody else that got them.
So I got Michigan. You know, I had Arizona to win this whole thing on all most of my brackets. But I'm gonna stick with them. But do not be shocked to see Arkansas playing next weekend. Arkansas is playing next weekend. Don't be surprised.
Because we've all talked about their lack of on defense. But here's the thing. They got one motherfucker on the perimeter that will get at it and change everything. And they still got Trayvon Brazile in the back to do his work like he do.
Yeah.
But 24, Billy Richmond III.
Coach Les has said this to us since November. And I know that we're going to talk about his draft files here shortly. But he said this consistently since November. He said, if I'm an NBA team, Billy Richmond as a low first round, high second round pick, why not? Purely off of the effort. It sounds like a really basic thing to say. Nobody in college basketball plays harder than him. Nobody. I've not seen anybody play that hard all year.
And I had the privilege of watching Arkansas practice when Billy was a freshman. I was in their practice, and the stuff he was doing and how he was competing, and this is Boogie Flan on the team, Johnell Davis on the team, DJ Wagner on that team, Carter Knox on that team. Like, you got some names now. You got some guys. That he was, and I remember texting. If I probably could go in my phone and find the text message, but I remember texting a scout and saying, and I ran through the whole team, but I specifically said, Billy Richmond may not be ready this year, but next year he should definitely test the waters. 26, 27, he's a lottery pick. I stand on that. I even Trevon Brazile, I even in that statement I said I would take Trevon Brazile in the second round. Like, I would take him in the second round this year. And if they can get to the 4, if they can get to Indy, who knows? Somebody might take him late 20s.
Rises.
Trevon Brazile is what college basketball is about. He is what college basketball is about. A guy that he stayed.
Yeah.
A lot of coaching change, a lot of mess with his name, a lot of stuff. He stuck it out and he fought. And like I said, I don't care what the extra is, but for a guy to stay for 5 years at a place amidst all the drama, and he is coming this year, is like, I for one would want a guy like that because I know he fight.
Yeah.
You know, I have preference to Arkansas anyway. I'm preferential to Arkansas. So,
yeah,
this is my thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the hope. Michigan State. Give me Michigan State, Houston, Arkansas, Michigan.
I'm not changing a thing. Give me them 3 ones and then 2 that's hosting in the whole city of Houston.
Which I think is which is a better play. Trav, who you got this weekend?
Going to the Final Four,
Yep.
Duke, Houston, Michigan, Arkansas.
And there it is. All right, Coach Les jumped off camera. We're gonna have him back to close us out with the draft here, but I want to go to the women's side here quickly. So, first of all, I think we're gonna start like horse racing. Those who are familiar for horse racing know sometimes the horse got a handicap. We're gonna give UConn's women's team a 20-point handicap to start the game. 20 points. I want the scoreboard when the game starts to say 0 to -20 when UConn women start.
Be cheating, man. You can't even say that they be cheating. They just be cheating, you know?
You just look at the scoreboard in the little corner, and it's like, is the other team gonna score? They just know it's something basic. Are y'all gonna score?
Hey, Syracuse coach, she had a valid complaint. I'm sorry. Stop sending me over there to them people. Like, give
My
me
girl's sick of it.
Give me a 10 feet or something, man. Send me somewhere else.
Now, Trav and I hoped and prayed 2 weeks ago when G2 was on here. Well, a week ago, we said basketball gods, be nice. And they were nice. They was 80% nice to us. Notre Dame Vandy on Friday afternoon. First of all, the fact that this game is getting played 2:30 on Friday afternoon.
It's wild.
But okay.
The work is nasty.
That's nasty. That's
nasty work.
You had me playing it 2 in the afternoon. We gonna have an issue.
And I get it. Y'all trying to give the ladies.
And it's only 2 games in the building. It's only 2 games in the building. It ain't like the JUCO national tournament where they playing in one spot. Hey,
listen, I get it. Y'all trying to give all the ladies their own time slot, but come on, man. Hidalgo and Blake's getting played during most people's lunch hour at work is wild.
Disrespectful to who Hidalgo is.
I'm rushing home from the studio to get that one. I already got a food menu lined up and everything, just so I can bypass all of that and come right in and just come in and enjoy. I'm even skipping the gym day for that. I'm gonna go to the gym Saturday morning before the other women's game start, simply because I want to lock in on that.
I think Hidalgo and Blake's is tough. I think that's going to be the most fun matchup for the tournament. I think UConn gets out of Fort Worth 1 easy. So I think that's a given. But I think there's some other interesting. I'm going to tell you the other fun matchup. The Duke LSU.
Get back game.
Because you got
what Duke sure is.
You got the 2 most flamboyant coaches in the game. Maybe other than Dawn. When you talk about Kara Lawson with her curl, perm, flapping in the breeze.
Yeah, the Jimmy Snooker curl.
She got the Jimmy Snooker curl. You know what I mean? She got the Jay Uso special. Super fly. Then you got my girl Kim Mulkey. She might come out in the Ric Flair, Bobby Heat in the Ric Flair role. Ain't no telling.
You got the Freddie Blassie on. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And to me, also, that's the feistiest matchup too. Because Duke girls play defense. They gonna get after you.
Well, LSU went to Cameron Indoor and
smacked them early.
No, and somebody took that game real personal because they got left off that USA team.
And we know Flagey. And Flagey gonna talk it. Duke LSU is gonna be cinema.
And the thing about it is, I want to shout out the Duke administration for giving Kara Lawson time.
Yeah.
Get the thing going. Like they gave her time. You know, something that I don't know if the whole ACC knows what to do. I don't know if they understand that.
No,
You know,
you may not be able to say. I say if 4 ACC coaches fired, all of them black. Okay.
Mm.
With by the way, if somebody can confirm this, and Coach Les has dropped his nugget. The 4 lowest NILs in the conference too. That's just a side note.
and they wanted to, and I'm gonna just say it, they wanted to fire Jeff Capel, but his buyout was too much.
Right. So we would have been talking about 5. And that NIL figure, North Carolina did not spend that much money.
Yeah. And they
North Carolina, it's just a side conversation. I'm gonna go back to the women, but North Carolina, y'all gotta start trying to get by on Perkins, Worthy, and Kenny Smith, man. Pay that money. Pay the money. I know y'all got all the fly sweatsuits because you got the Jordan brand on the shoulder. Relax, come up off the bread. I know you got it.
All right, get rid of Belichick.
Right. Tell Bill Belichick that he should be coaching for free and donate his to the basketball team. But anyway.
Man, Belichick attended that young gal. Man, he done coaching.
Now, and also you got Zebo's daughter, who is all of a sudden gone from like 8-5 to like 3 straight just back-to-back double-doubles for Louisville. She had double-doubles 2 straight.
She got that call from that flip phone that was in his sock.
She's been hooping. I think Texas with the Texas' shooting is so suspect. But they got that girl.
Loaded too.
Texas girls is one of the strongest teams on this side.
Yeah.
Madison Booker, again, like I told y'all last week, this is her time to make their run to be like, I am that one.
Yeah.
The man sent her the promo of her shoes just the other day. KD.
She got the KD game, mid-range.
Work.
She can go. Like Trav, I'm still UCLA is. I think Duke or LSU beats UCLA.
I seen UCLA the other night, man, and I was almost asleep.
You think it's some chinks in the arm?
Oh yeah, they got a couple.
Dude, again, this game came on at 10 o'clock. Ain't no being no Gale game coming on at 10 o'clock at night Central. But I was almost asleep. I had to wake myself up and yell at Lauren Betts for missing layups that she don't supposed to be missing. And then I went to sleep because I ain't even advanced them in my paper.
What
They gonna get clipped. They gonna get clipped, Big Shot.
What concerns me about UCLA is, especially if they play Duke, and let's know this from coaching, it's hard for your big man to score if your big man can't get the ball. And here, the way Duke defends the perimeter, Lauren Betts might not get no touches. Because Duke gonna pick you up at half court. LSU gonna pick you up at half court. And the way, and Ham and Trav know this, the way LSU scores the ball, we talk about that track meet that they can get you into.
Mm-hmm.
LSU could play Lauren Betts off the floor.
Yeah.
We can play that fast. We can get her off of the floor.
And that can happen real quick.
Real quick.
So I think at the end of the weekend, I'm gonna go UConn, South Carolina, LSU,
Mm.
and I'm gonna go Texas only because I think now this is your time.
Like,
Mm,
I think it's your
that's
time.
that.
It's your time. Trav, who you got?
UConn, South Carolina, LSU, and Texas.
So that'd be 3, 1 Big East, 3 SEC.
That's how it always be.
My boy Trav is the anti Big Ten spokesman. I love it.
It ain't that, man. It's just
Yes, it is, man. It's cool.
no, it ain't got nothing to do with Big Ten. You cannot be 6'7", 6'8" as a female missing layups like that. You just can't.
And who you got?
got the same four you got.
UConn, South Carolina, Texas, LSU.
I
All
think
right.
that LSU Duke game, like you said, they'll be the who come out of it. And I think we'll get a better game than what we got early in the season, just because we got a mentally different Duke team.
I'll say this: the Texas not getting out of that region. Now I'll say this, and I told G2 this: when you have the region in your home state, like Texas got it in Fort Worth, you got to get out of it.
Gotta get out.
You got to get out of it. As the 1 seed, you got to get out. You got to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You just got to.
Be
now,
like Florida.
Absolutely. Now, to end the show, 105 Hoops. The Substack is stacking. The Instagram is instant. The X is Xing. It's all over the place. Coach Les dropping a great article on the Substack, which I'm gonna have to get this Substack app like now.
Yes. It's full of information. I
Yeah,
would go into it, but they're not paying me, so
I read through the piece that works. I was like, okay, I need to lock in. So, Coach Les, any updates and info? What do the people need to be going as now as we go down to 4? What do we need looking at that you got going?
as far as this, I tell you this right now. Right now, we just looking at guys that's gonna show up and when them lights get brighter. You know, when them lights get bright, when the pressure's on, we looking for guys that are how can I put this, that are going to push the needle. You might see some guys that may not even get that wasn't on draft boards sneak into getting the draft slot. You might see some guys that were late 20s getting into a spot. Like the guys that I have in the mock right now that I am hoping to benefit from this weekend that I feel should be hired. And sometimes I have many conversations with different people is I'm hoping Malik Thomas. I'm hoping Malik Thomas and Adai Mara actually can rise in the draft. You know, there are even some talks of Adai being a lottery pick. So, like I said, this is the Substack article. And I'll just, we got Cam Boozer, and this is the funniest thing here. And to me, I'm always a proponent of winning. And Cameron Boozer is the highest projected player left. Just a little summary of them, all regular season stuff here for him. But as you can see, he, in my eyes, he deserves to get a lot more number one pick talk because he actually doing the thing that is the most important is winning. So, like I said, we take a look at Cam Boozer, and I think for him, I don't think whether they go to the Final Four, they don't, or I still think he goes top 3. I still think he goes top three. I think that he showed that he could play through some adversity because Sienna had those guys on the ropes, and he found he found a way.
Mhm.
Um, the next the next game against TCU, and TCU has some pretty good bigs. With David Punch, Xavier Edmonds. So, he prevailed. So I will always, he's my favorite player in the draft. Just because I don't have him number one doesn't mean I don't like him. And just because I have AJ at number one, that doesn't make him my favorite player in the draft. But Cam Boozer is my favorite player in the draft because he wins and he does all those little things. And to be very the deeper dive, he does the skill that the NBA has been missing is passing. He can pass the ball. He's a great passer, not just assist wise, but the passes that he actually makes. And what I love for him is he won't be seeing double teams in the NBA, at least not early in his career. So a lot of times will be able to pass the ball and make the connector pass, make the
Mhm.
backdoor pass. So I just I could go on about Cam Boozer.
I
But
think less, and especially if the NBA really does get serious about cracking down on tanking, you have to start bringing in guys that know how to win, and you got to
yes,
start bringing in winning players. If you are Sacramento, Indiana, Washington, you have to start bringing in guys that know how to win.
and it's another guy. If you can go to Malik Thomas, I want everyone to take a look at Malik Thomas.
I am looking for him right
26.
26, right there.
Yo, now Malik Thomas, this is a guy that has grown on me throughout the whole year. I mean, well, actually, I think I first seen Malik play as a junior in high school. He's AAU playing with NH Lightning. That's the first time I seen him play. He has grown on me as he's really buying into doing what it takes to become an NBA player. And I think the smartest decision for him was to go to Arkansas because now he's under Coach Cal. This is probably the most under control that I've seen Malik play in the 3 years I've been watching him. And I feel he's a first round pick. Um, I feel that a team, I feel that he'd be better suited on a playoff team that needs some bench scoring. I don't know if he can come in the league and start right away. I don't see that. I think defensively he still has room to grow. And it's hard in the NBA to start as a rookie. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. But I'm really hoping Malik has a good weekend. I'm really hoping he has a good weekend. I'm hoping he can get to next weekend. Because if he can get to next weekend, it's gonna be some conversations. People
Yeah.
are gonna have to start making some decisions. And there's one more player that I want to talk about. And I want you to go Morez Johnson Jr. For those of you guys that follow basketball, follow college basketball, Morez Johnson Jr. is the most efficient player in the Sweet 16. The most efficient player. And if he's not on his A game, Michigan, they got Yaxel. We all know Yaxel, that's Ronnie's Dominican nephew. Adamara is something that's not in college. He's not Wemby level, but he has a Wemby type of impact for Michigan in the college game because he's 7'3". They can't play him much though, but Morez Johnson is the X factor for Michigan. And he's a guy that I pray that he has a great weekend. Because if he has a great weekend, he might shoot up into the top 15.
Mm.
you know, like I said, I honestly do the size and then just the off the court. So he's so intelligent, polished. He knows how to carry himself. He's 20 years old, but he's a professional. He's a man.
Hmm.
I just think that he belongs in the first round. Like I said, I get some arguments. Well, he's not shooting the three. Like, how many you want him to shoot? When people always ask me, like, well, he doesn't shoot it well, so how many threes are you going to allow him to shoot? Are you going to give him 5 threes? Then he might hit two. If he hit two of the five, that's 40%. How many are you going to let him shoot? So I'm not worried about his shooting because he rebounds, he runs the floor, he plays hard, he's efficient, he knows what shots to take, what shots he can make. Like I said, Marius Johnson, I'm hoping he has a good weekend. And I think everybody, if you're watching, pay attention to Marius Johnson because he's kind of like they know him, but he's kind of like the odd man out sometimes because Yaxel is so freaking good. And Adamar is 7'3". There's no missing him. But Reds is kind of the one that keeps that front court together.
Yeah, that's a. So listen, Coach Leston gave you three to pay attention to. Les, drop the socials. Give the people all the socials. They can follow you.
On Instagram, 105_hoops. On Substack, 105 hoops. On X, 105 hoops. TikTok, 105.hoops. You can also follow me at Coach Let's Do It on Instagram. It'll take you directly to 105 Hoops. So, again, thank you, 94 Feet of Life, for allowing me to come on here and talk basketball with you, talk that draft talk. This is one of the best platforms for real basketball. And as the slogan for 94 Feet, basketball by the people, for the people. That is literally, they live and die by that.
Yep.
And anybody out there that comes across this, that's creating content and want to be in basketball conversations, 94 Feet of Life, that's the place for it. And it's real. 94 Feet of Life. These guys are every day, all day basketball. 24/7. 24/7, 94 feet of life. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now. And you guys, real basketball people will appreciate this because it's coming from a real perspective of people that's studying, not only studying the game, but are actually involved in the game. It's a difference. It's a difference. And I'm probably on my soapbox. I'm probably going too long, but 94 Feet of Life, this platform here is one of the best basketball platforms out there. And I put it up against Gills Arena, To the Baja, Out the Mud, Knuckleheads, whatever. This is real.
We have said this. This has been kind of our second slogan. We talk about basketball for the people, by the people. The second slogan we have said for well over 10 years has been, it's not just a bunch of dudes talking. And you are the proof that it's not just a bunch of dudes talking.
Right.
It's you. It's G2. It's Tarika. It's Ham. Like, it's people who are really working what they say in the rap game. I'm in the field.
Real in the
There's
field.
people really in the field. Like, this is not. So I appreciate you coming on with us and sharing it. We're gonna definitely have next week will be the Final Four preview. We're gonna talk about who had the good weekend, maybe who needs to improve. But next weekend is the Final Four preview. The draft talk will continue. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube. Notifications on. Basketball for the people, by the people. Coach Les, Historian Ham, Trav, Big Shot. Signing out. Enjoy the game.